What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Turp Chasers 247. If you're new here, my name is Doc Smoke, and on this channel, I'm gonna cover the latest tech, gaming, and honest product cannabis reviews. Today, I'm talking about a recent switch with my Apple Watch Ultra 3. I moved from using a T-Mobile Digits line to a standard cellular line. If you're trying to figure out which option is better, I'm going to explain what changed, what I noticed, and whether I think the switch was worth it. Let's get into it. Now, what's a digit line? Before I switched, my Apple Watch was connected through a T-Mobile Digits line. With digits, your watch basically shares your iPhone's phone number. It's designed to work alongside with your iPhone. So calls and texts all appear to come from the same number. For most people, this setup works perfectly if your iPhone is usually with you. Keyword for most. If your iPhone is usually with you. Keywords, pay attention. Usually with you. Why I switched? I decided to move to a standalone line because I wanted my Apple Watch to be more independent. I wanted to see how it would perform with its own cellular connection and how practical it would be when I didn't have my iPhone nearby. If you work out, go for runs, or just don't always carry your iPhone, this might be something you consider too. And there was a time, I'm gonna tell you story time, guys. There was a time where me and one of my homegirls, Divine, we ended up going to the Chronic Guru. It's a THC lounge in Orlando. We got there Friday, and we spent like $200 between $205 between the two of us, and we was lit. We could not find the car. Our phones died. We could not find the car. My external battery pack was in the car. My iPad was in the car, turned off, so I couldn't ping it to find the location or nothing. And I noticed I couldn't make any calls from my watch. Bummer, because that's exactly what I needed. I needed to make calls from my watch. So I told myself I would never be in a situation like that again. Hence the reason why I switched. Now, what changed after switching? The biggest difference is that my Apple Watch now has its own cellular line instead of relying on digits. That means the watch can operate more independently. I can make and receive calls, send messages, stream music, use maps, access data without needing my iPhone nearby, as long as I'm in an area with cellular coverage. One thing to keep in mind is that depending on your carrier setup, some features may work differently compared to a digits line. It is important to know exactly how your carrier provisions the standalone service. And I noticed with my carrier standalone service, I no longer have the Rick Fliss. Like if something was to pop up on the screen, I don't have the Rick Fliss, the wrist flick. I don't have the wrist flick. I can't tap my fingers twice and scroll through the widgets. There's no more of that. I don't like that. I wish that Apple would really make it as a standalone without taking certain features away. You having to have the phone, I don't like that. And with me saying that, let's talk about some of the pros of this standalone line. Here are the biggest advantages I noticed. More independence from my iPhone. Definitely, because I don't have to touch the phone. I have everything here on my wrist. It's great if I want to leave my phone at home. Perfect, like when I'm going for runs or I want to go for a swim. I don't want to carry that bulky phone. I just leave it and I take my AirPods and I go about my business. Cellular apps work without needing my phone nearby. Perfect. I have cellular service. I'm good all the time. There's not going to be one time where I'm going to be without a phone. Better for workouts, travel, and quick trips. It's like I said, you don't want to carry that big bulky phone. And how many times you don't forget your phone? Once your watch is on, you're not forgetting your watch. How many times you forgot your phone? Now, since we talk about the pros, let's talk about some potential downsides. There are a few things to consider before switching. You'll usually be paying for another cellular line, depending on how your carrier sets everything up. Certain calling and messaging features may not work exactly the same as they do with a shared number digits line. Let me repeat that. Depending on how your carrier sets everything up, certain calling and messaging features may not work exactly with the same as they do with shared number digits line. So make sure you understand what your carrier offers before making the switch. Now, was it worth it? For me, I wanted to experience using the Apple Watch more independently, and so far I'm happy with the switch. If you're someone who's constantly away from your phone, a standalone line can make a whole lot of sense. But if your iPhone is always with you, digits line may still be the better value. But for me, it's definitely worth it because I'm starting my LLC next month, and if my business phone was to die, it was an iPhone 17 Pro, I could just go to call forwarding. It already has my watch line there in the call forwarding section. Put my call forwarding on. But I notice when the phone has no battery, there's no more call forwarding. I noticed that. I need to contact Apple and figure that out. Because if we can still have the call forwarding when the phone dies, that'll be perfect. That'll be perfect. But let's get into some final thoughts, y'all. Hopefully, this video helped you understand the difference between a digits line and a standalone watch line. If you made a switch, let me know your experience in the comments. I love to hear what your carrier you're using, whether you recommend it. If the video helped you out, hit the like button, subscribe to Turp Chasers 247, turn on your notifications so you don't miss any future Apple Watch reviews, tech comparisons, cannabis reviews, flour, concentrates, etc. Till the next time, I appreciate you. Peace.